Hi, Blair. How are you?
I'm great, Rachel. How's it going?
Great. Thank you for being in the scariest movie I've seen in a really long time.
Love to hear that.
I was so anxious this entire movie,
Really?
but it, I mean, I'm sure you've heard the comparison all day today to Silence of the Lambs because it does have that, the FBI agent trying to investigate this case. But when you are in something that is that tense the entire time, I know filming it doesn't feel that way. But how was the kind of juxtaposition of watching the movie now versus filming it and seeing how tense it kind of feels?
Yeah, there is definitely a juxtaposition because you're making sausage and it's long hours and all of that. But when
Mhm.
you see it, I saw it on my TV with my wife a couple months ago, and loved what was going on. But it's very interesting. I'm pleasantly surprised to see the reaction to it because
Mhm.
you never know. You just never know in this business. You create something that it's there are always three movies. There's what's on the page, there's what you shoot, and then there's what's edited that the
Mhm.
audience sees. And to finally see the final product of what the audience has seen really makes me understand why it stays with people, why it's a bit unnerving. I would tell you that I really had to stay prayed up and going to work every day because this film, and you saw it, it's not really about the jump scares. It's really about the spirit, the dark spirituality of things. There's the occult, there's devil worship, and there's the
Mhm.
combating of that and the fighting of righteousness against that. Those are the big themes that are at play above and beyond the characters that we see on the screen. And when you're dealing with those aspects of life, if you believe in anything spiritual, um, you want to stay protected. So I mean, all kidding aside, I made sure I prayed a little extra before I went to work every day.
You were like, I'm not bringing this back with me.
I'm
Well,
not playing games up in here.
what I also love too is you have to be incredibly grounded because on the flip of that, you have Nick Cage being Nick Cage. And I love Nick Cage very, very dearly. I've seen a lot of his movies, but he can't do what he needs to do if the other people aren't grounded or doing what they have to as well as actors. And did that come with a responsibility of like you, or were you just focused on like this good dad that we see throughout this movie who is like trying to be the best agent he can be while trying to be a good family man on top of everything else?
I'd say door number two. Just the second part, the latter. Because I didn't really think much about it because I felt, and that's really very perceptive of you about you can be colorful and big and bold when everything else is grounded around you.
Mhm.
I felt Micah is so grounded, and all of my
Mhm.
scenes were Micah. So I'd seen some of Oz Perkins' other films. I read the script, so I felt the film itself was grounded. So I
Mhm.
didn't feel any responsibility other than just kind of stay in my lane and play my role and do what I was supposed to do in the context of the role.
Yeah. And for our last quick question, I have to ask, there's so many dark corners in this damn movie. And every time I was like, put a light on, why are you standing in the dark? But when you do have a movie that does have those like scarier elements, was there any moment that you were like, oh, this is gonna terrify people when you were on set?
Oh yeah, whoa, yeah, a lot. I mean, just one of the things that Oz is great at, and I have to give credit to our DP is creating the mood.
Hmm.
The mood. I mean, part of this film, it's so moody, and there's tension from beginning to end, and it's sustainable. And I think people are emotionally exhausted by the end of the film. The more I hear, um, so yeah, so I think there's so many places and images um, that were kind of terrifying. But it's funny you say that because I felt the same way. I'm watching like Micah outside with the gun, and I'm like, turn the porch light on, turn more lights on or something. Protect yourself, girl.
Shut your back door.
Shut your back door. Shut your back door. Shut the front door and the back door.
Yeah, just shut the door. Thank you so much for talking with me. I really loved Longlegs, even though the whole time I was like, I'm gonna have a heart attack sitting in this theater. But thank you, and I can't wait for everyone to get to see it.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Thank you. I look forward to talking again.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right. Yeah, you
Bye.
too.